Hey, how we doing? This JJ. So, remember a couple of months ago, I said that I'd moved into a new house. We'd bought a house, and I'd returned back to my childhood area. And I grew up playing around Fairlands lakes and that. And although you shouldn't disclose the location, there's nothing wrong with this. But I tried to get onto like a little island. This is part of the lakes, and I couldn't get across. But brought myself some wellies, and I've been getting used to wearing those again because I haven't worn wellies for absolutely ages. So what we're going to try to do today is a cold, dismal, damp, wet day. So I'm just watching out for people that are walking across a path a little bit further up. What I'm going to try and do today is to just try and get onto the island, see if I can get across that little bit of a wet causeway. So let's see if we can do this. Come on. So there's the island down there, and I'm going to get across a little bit further along there. Quite luckily for me today, about 100 odd metres behind is my old school, which has now changed name, but we've got football matches playing today. There's a fair bit of wind, and you can hear traffic noise being blown by the wind, so hopefully that's going to disguise my noise, which I'm going to try and limit as much as possible. So let's just walk a little bit further down. Let me just flick that back round. It's really wet under the ground. I am really hoping I can get across here today. So let's just pop you back on pause a minute because I need to get through all this. So this is where the old bridge used to go across, and this is where I tried to get across last time. There's a load of crap and stuff like that in here, which obviously once I've been able to get across onto there, when I come back next time, I'm going to bring a bag and I'm going to clear out all this rubbish that's just laying about and been dumped. So let's see if we can do this. Obviously what I'm going to try and do is just get across. Camera's going to be this side, then I'll come back across, so bear with. Let's hope these wellies work. Happy days. And obviously there's loads of like logs and old fence posts from up behind there. It's where people have tried to make a raft to get across. If I start using this, I'm going to get rid of all of those, which will make it a lot harder for other people to get across. So yeah, we can get on it. Let's get this done. See you on the other side. Right, just having a little look around the island. Obviously to be expected that other people do get in here and on here at points when the water's a little bit lower, and there is rubbish here, and I'm going to clear up a lot of this rubbish. People that come to drink and smoke and do all sorts of naughty shit and leave their shit lying about. But what it also transpires is that there's another island behind me, so this is actually like two separate islands. There's a bigger can see the water that goes across here, and then that's only about sort of 30 metres across, and there's a 30-metre stretch of water across to the bank the other side, and two sort of close to dog walkers that are going past there. So I'm going to have a look down the other bit, see if I can tuck myself in amongst all the foliage and blend in. There's signs of a badger set, which is really surprising because this is an island. Come across a couple of big holes here which look like they've been recently used, and then it's obviously the remains of an old rotten tree trunk or something that's been grubbed out by the badgers. So what this tells me, although it is an island, there must be one point of it which the badgers are able to get across back onto the mainland. It's got to either be really shallow or part of the water's dried out, because badgers don't really like water. Interesting. So I'm going to try and find myself a nice little spot, move away. I've also seen signs of muntjac as well, so the local wildlife is obviously able to get on and off this island easily. So let's find if we can see a spot to sit. Found a nice little spot, sit down near a big old tree that's covered in holly and ivy, so it's kind of protects me from the drizzle that's coming down. Set myself up with the Yugo mess kit and the brass mess burners. That's slowly going away. Someone made me a little make do sort of lid sitting over that, which will increase the boil time on these. So can't remember who made me that actually. Anyway, that's not important. The important thing is me just coming out here today, just see if I can get back onto the island. Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the hassle? Most definitely is. At the moment it's quite open, I can see across the other island out onto the walkway and the footpaths, but come springtime, once all the foliage and that is up, I will be properly hidden. Get myself a little tarp put up, no one will even know I'm here. So happy days. I'm going to have a brew, a little bit more of an explore of the island. So it's not massive, but you know, it just takes you back to your childhood, and how many opportunities and occasions do you actually get to do that? Not many, that's for sure. So it is doable. I can get on here. Probably with a bit more exploration, I'd probably find out how the badgers and the muntjac get on and off. So it probably tapers right to a narrow point where there's probably not much water coming round the island, and I think that's probably how they get on, because I've seen a trail that goes all the way along the bit that I've walked so far. So yeah, we're going to have a brew. Just going to sit here, so no one's seen me. Happy days. Once all that foliage is up, get the half lavu back in here, maybe a little tarp, camouflage myself. Happy days. Get out, seek and explore, find old haunts, look for new ones, have an adventure, remind yourself of who you used to be when you was a kid. Thanks for watching. Catch up again soon.